What's going on, guys? We are heading to work camp. And there's Holly.
Katie, I'm hot. They said they'd give me.
There's Blaine.
Darren, look at me. Darren, you look at me.
Caitlin's up there, so is Maddie, so is Mason, and so is Nathan. So, yeah. We will see you guys there. Say bye to the people.
Bye to the people.
Oh, yeah. What's on our agenda?
We're going to Ruth Taylor's house to make her feel welcome. We will address her by calling her Miss Taylor or Mrs., depending on if she's married or not. And then we will continue this week by painting and refurbishing many of the things that she has.
You know, they don't give out free ice cream.
They finally spent enough time, and that's exactly what I wanted to talk about this evening was time. I've got a cell phone here. It's not very heavy. If you were to guess how much it weighed, I don't know, a couple of ounces. But it doesn't really matter how much it weighs. It matters how long I hold it. If I were to hold it right there for the next 15 seconds, no problem. But if I held it there for the next 15 minutes, I'd start to feel it. And if I held it there for the next 15 hours, probably have some paralysis in my arm. May not be able to move it again. So it's not about the weight, it's about the time that goes by. And these people had spent a lot of time as slaves. And this time that's gone by now, they've had enough. We see 19 different times in Exodus chapters 4 through 14 where God hardened Pharaoh's heart. We know from this morning that Moses came along and Moses had a change of his mind. And that's going to lead us to a change of his heart. The change of his mind was God had to, reason with him, talk to him, get him to the point where he was ready to go into Egypt and get the people out. It was his job. There was no one better suited than Moses for this job. If you think about it, he lived 40 years in the palace. He knew the ins and the outs. He knew the language. He knew the dialects. He knew the people. Are things the same as they were? Do you think the same way? Do you act the same way? Are you the same person you were a year ago? I hope not. I hope maybe you've grown. I hope maybe you've come to know yourself a little bit better. That you've become God's man or God's woman a little bit more. Exodus chapter 14 verse 8, we see there that God hardens Pharaoh's heart for the last time. But for a purpose this time. This time he encourages him or hardens his heart so that Pharaoh will come after his people one last time. And when he comes after them, they get to the Red Sea. Moses' heart is changed. That's not the Bible, that's just my opinion. The Red Sea parts. You cannot be unchanged when you see something like that. I truly hope God has a big screen up there and He'll let us see some of the amazing feats of nature that He did in His tenure on this earth. Whether it be the ark and the flooding of the earth or the Red Sea parting, or there's so many amazing things. I want to see that one. But the Red Sea parted. They walked across on dry land, and of course the sea comes back together and Pharaoh and his men are taken away. In 15 verse 2 of Exodus, we see that Moses sings a song to God of triumph. A song of triumph over Pharaoh and his men. The horse and the rider have been eaten up in the sea. It's a changed life. A changed heart makes you look different. It's not outwardly, that's inwardly. It's a changed heart. A changed heart does.
Let's go cut So, what do you hope to get out of this week?
Just kidding.
Oh.
Jesus!
That's right. What do you hope to get out of this week?
Yeah.
I didn't.
That's right.
The viewers didn't hear it.
A best friend named Holly because she's awesome.
Oh. Okay.
Also, to get some work done.
Duh.